So you're making parts that quite literally could be saving people's lives?
Automation systems that we are putting in, key point is areas where there's quality fallout, investing in automation, get your quality up. We make the machines that make the parts. So we're building the machine that makes, continuous glucose monitoring devices, things that do, to your point, help people. Our mission statement here, Automation NTH, is to advance manufacturing through lasting partnerships.
Cool. Yeah, this is especially intriguing to me.
Most people think manufacturing's dirty, boring, or dying. They're dead wrong. This is Manufacturing Runs the World. We're here to fix the misconceptions, teaching the next generation how modern manufacturing really works and why it matters more than ever.
How did you end up at, first of all, how is it pronounced? Because I look at it and I see automation to the nth degree.
Good question. It is automation to the nth degree. So we're a bunch of nerds over here. So it's that we take automation whatever degree our customers require. Now, that being said, we say automation nth on the phone, people sometimes go, what? We often do refer to ourselves as Automation NTH or NTH.
Okay.
But that's what the NTH stands for, is automation to the nth degree.
Cool. I'm a nerd too. Designer by education and then programmer by just self-taught.
Yeah, excellent.
And what's kind of the origin story behind automation to the nth degree?
Brent Thomas and Dennis Jones founded the company in November 1st, 1999. And it really started as a small systems integrator doing programming of PLCs, HMI, or small control systems, and then expanded into robots, other things, and did a lot of contract work for different machine builders. It's actually quite a lot of machine builders, automation companies in the Middle Tennessee area. It's a good area from a skilled labor perspective, a lot of technical schools. Logistically speaking, it's in a good location. You can access a lot of U.S. I heard if you draw like an 8-hour driving time around Nashville, you get some huge percentage of the U.S. population, It's a good area. I think I was employee number 5 when I joined back in 2003.
Nice.
And we were doing really control systems work. So we'd work with companies like what was back in the day, Wright Industries or ATS, large machine builders down to small machine builders. We could build panels. We had a panel shop. When I started in the mid-1990s, a lot of the automation projects, maybe 70% mechanical in content, kind of these large mechanical Swiss watches, right? There are all these cams and gears and things. So 70% of the dollar spend would be on mechanical and about 30% would be on the controls. Over time, we've seen that almost flip.
Yeah.
Because they replace cams and things with servos and robots and things that require programming and things that produce data.
Yep.
Controls piece kind of grew and grew. We basically got to a point where our customers got to know us and really liked working with us and said, hey, Automation NTH, we love the work that you do. Can you provide turnkey automation solution? About 2015 timeframe, we kind of flipped from just being a control systems integrator that would work through machine builders to support them to actually being kind of in the prime role. So we would actually develop the automation systems, kind of grew our project management team. We partnered with companies that we were already working with. We knew them very well.
Yeah.
Do the mechanical piece. We partner with companies that we call our CAPS, Certified Automation Partners. So they're doing like mechanical engineering work. They either have a machine shop, sub those components out, and they would bring in those components to their facility and put together the machine while we have done the electrical design. We built the panels, all the software development, whether it's PLCs, HMIs, robotics, vision systems, all those parts and pieces. And we put it all together and bring these systems to life. Things that we're really good at, high precision, discrete automation. So typically a part comes in, you fixture it, then you do something to it. You maybe weld something, torque something, and inspect it. PLC programming, a lot of robotics, a lot of vision systems, even AI vision.
Yeah.
So high precision, discrete automation kind of led us into, we're really good at things. The business segments that lends itself to that is life sciences, medical device assembly. And so we do a lot of work in that space.
Yeah. So you're making parts that quite literally could be saving people's lives?
Almost. We make the machines that make the parts.
Right. Yeah.
We're building the machine that makes continuous glucose monitoring devices, things that do, to your point, help people.
Right.
Which is great. Our mission statement here to advance manufacturing through lasting partnerships.
A couple decades you've been there and you've kind of settled into this spot here. And
yeah, it's been great. NTH University, to your point, a little bit of a game changer, helped us develop, automate the process of developing engineers, build the automation equipment, but it's been great for us to support our customers on their journey. Piece of automation equipment coming in, maybe their team doesn't have all the skills, maybe have some of the skills.
Right.
And so we can augment that and give them some additional training, do a lot of training for our customers. And so our customers see that, hey, NTH has invested in us more than just delivering a piece of automation equipment. Not only have that automation equipment, but they want to get the full fruit from it, be able to maintain it and operate it and support it for the long term.
Is there any hot industries that you guys are targeting that could possibly blow up because of the social economic climate or anything? Automotive is always a hot topic in the US.
Yeah, right. So, I think generally speaking, anything in the automation sector is pretty hot right now. Anything that we manufacture, we have to manufacture it more efficiently, more cost effectively to compete on a global scale, right? Certain areas that are very hot right now, we're doing a fair amount of projects where we're deploying AI vision systems. So there are really some new technologies that a lot of our customers are excited about. Autonomous mobile robots, delivering product around the plant floor, a lot of cool developments in that space. Anything that's going to help make manufacturers more efficient, more cost effective. Certainly areas that I'd want to invest, taking the data that the machines are developing and producing. How do I analyze that data, optimize the performance of the equipment? Maybe even have some predictive maintenance functionality. So before something fails, I see that there's some anomalies. Performance, I see some spikes in output currents to motors or some vibrations on the equipment, temperature rising. Something's going on with this part of our equipment. Probably needs to be looked at, scheduled, maybe make sure we have the right spare parts in our inventory, that this area is in jeopardy of having some downtime. I think anything that supports those functions are becoming more and more prevalent and asked for from our vendors.
Yeah.
How do you keep my machine running? Money printing machine needs to keep on printing that money, right?
Yep.
Keep it going.
So it can identify the object and then the robot sees it and applies whatever it needs to apply based on what it sees.
Exactly. Absolutely. And the cool thing about the AI tools is you can kind of teach it. You can go into a teach mode and say, this is what good parts look like.
Right.
On the flip side, this is what bad parts look like. And so you can kind of put it in or out of this teach mode, and then you kind of put it in the mode where you run it. You might say, oh, well, this is a part that it called good, but it's really bad. So I can take that image and put it in and save those and then come back and be like, okay, I need to update my teach model.
Yeah.
Let me show you these parts that you call good, but are actually bad. And this is why it's bad. And so you can identify those anomalies and kind of update the deep learning model, kind of continue to refine, what the vision system is calling good or bad.
Yeah.
You can kind of control when it goes in and out of that learning mode. So it's not just always learning, but you can enable that learning mode and then say, okay, well, here's my vision model, just deploy that.
This is especially intriguing to me. My mom actually worked assembly line, right? That process of visualizing the product and seeing that it's flawed or whatever was maybe previously done by someone manually, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's cool to me is she worked third shift, so she was having to stay up all night to work through what a robot can now just run 24 hours. She could have been on to bigger and better things within the plant. What is your take on automation taking the jobs of someone that might be in the plant?
Automation systems that we are putting in are helping solve lots of challenges, whether it's ergonomic issues. So it's an issue where, hey, we've actually have operators are suffering some sort of issue that causes injury to them, right? And so back strains, eye strains, mental fatigue. Just imagine looking at that same part over and over and over again. At the end of your third shift, 7th hour, is the quality of that inspection the same as it was the first hour?
Right.
We find a lot of times it's not, right? Performance, the nice thing about the vision system is it's going to work the same every inspection.
Right.
No, we don't have to worry about eye fatigue, mental fatigue. Key point is areas where where you're seeing quality fallout. Those are areas we see it really makes sense to do a lot of investing in automation, get your quality up. In some areas, certain things you just cannot do manually, at least do them well. So there's certain processes we've seen in factories where they do it manually because that's the only way they've been able to do it.
Right.
But, truth be told, there's some sort of repercussions of that. I'm scraping something off that I shouldn't be scraping off, or, I can't place this within the accuracy that I really need. And so I'm getting this quality reject scrap material, reduce injury, ergonomic issues, and then through investment in training those operators to maybe now they operate the machine, load the machine, the feeder balls, specs, audit the outcoming product. So there's still lots of opportunities for operators and technicians to operate the automation equipment. And to a large extent, we see that through training is that they can actually elevate their role to a higher level.
Right.
And roles are still needed in many ways to operate the machine, but now instead of just driving the car, they're able to work on the car and understand what it takes to change the oil and do all the things. And so they're really just developing themselves. But super key key and critical to the success of the automation is having great, well-trained operators, well-trained technicians ready to support it.
Is there a product that would blow people's minds you guys are helping work on?
You know, we work on so many really cool things. It's really a privilege to see some of the things our team is able to do. And a lot of times, some of the most impressive things may not sound as cool as they are because of the size of this product or what you're having to deal with. Some of the projects that we have done developing automation equipment to assemble continuous glucose monitoring devices, where it has many, many stations, high precision components. The precision of what it's doing and putting all this together is really neat to see that product come together. To know that that's when it's deployed on someone's body, enable them to monitor their glucose level, that helps them maintain their health. It's a really cool side product to know that machines that we're making also help people. Interesting project, we're doing work with a company that has ocular stents. Take these tiny little ocular stents and put them on this little trocar. It has micron level repeatability, and just to see the size of the product that's so tiny, singulated with a little Azra feeder table, picked up with the robot with vision, and located onto this trocar assembly. It blows my mind just to see how small the product is and what we're able to do with automation.
Yeah. Is there any parting words that you would want people to know about Automation NTH?
Yeah, Automation NTH, you know, we're here to help our customers on their automation journey. So we're fully invested in their success, want them to be global leaders in whatever industry that they are in. Our objective and mission is to help them on their path to success. So we can help early on. If you're not exactly sure what the project might look like, we like to get involved early, help identify risk areas, make sure that the automation manufacturing plan is set up for success. Sometimes it even involves making sure that the product put together in such a way that it's manufacturable. And so there's some things, insights we can help provide on that front. Do proof of principle testing early on, the most complicated part of the automation project that might be the most risky, make sure that's going to be successful before we have to move into some capital investment on the automation project. Of course, we can execute the automation projects themselves from start to finish, get an RFQ from our customers, build the right piece of automation equipment to be successful so that it's producing, you know, at the output that they need based off their market needs. Once we deploy the project, we also want to be successful long term. So making sure that they have, you know, the right training, the right team to support the equipment long term. We're able to come in and help optimization opportunities on our machine or other people's automation, to be honest with you. You know, really just invested in long-term customer success.
Nice. Then you can do more golf or whatever, fishing.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate the time. I'm going to shoot you a follow-up email.
Sounds good, Justin. Appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks, Jeff. Have a good one.